All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys hear me? Audio check. Brian, good morning. How are you, sir? Good morning, Omer. How are you? Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get this party started. It is 8:16. We have basically 14 minutes left into the cash market open. We have a very eventful, news-driven market today with the FOMC announcement coming in at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And we should be getting some fireworks going off today. The market has been selling off in anticipation of bad news into that front, and we want to see how the market is really going to react. I'm going to start looking at the indices first, and we go from there. Uh, we're continuing this push into target number two. The market is catching a bit this morning after what I would call basically a break-even day yesterday. I mean, the market sold off, came back up, and in Nasdaq you could see it a lot clearer than YM, but it's a doji day, meaning we got ourselves consolidation basically in and around these levels. Globex is 30,375. We're bouncing back right now. So we may see a two-sided market where the longs will have a piece of the action and the shorts will come in there and try to pick up where they left off from this massive sell-off pressure. And that makes for good trading, right? So let's just look at some of these levels. Ultimately, if you break 30,860, we will break the target number two and we'll catch a bigger bid to higher prices and or come to those levels and sell off. I'd rather be short than long. If I'm long, I'm going to be in the minimum amount of contracts, relatively speaking. If I find short signals, I will outweigh them uh, because I'll be trading within the trend. Target number three in the sequence is 29,152. Then prices have lower targets from there. All right. Let's take a look at the next one. ES. Obviously, when we're talking about NQ, ES, you're going to see just about the same thing here, just different levels. So we're getting that bid from that from yesterday's price action. Target number two is hit. Globex is that same number, which is 3740 and a half, and we are looking for 3806. Okay, so longs have the capacity to get us to the 3803. I think a lot of what you're seeing right now is going to all depend on how the FOMC meeting is going to come. The odds are, just from seeing this, there's an idea in trading, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news. In this market, they sold the anticipation of the news. I'm almost tempted to say they'll buy it up once the news of the Feds come up. So that's what I'm going to be kind of paying attention to and looking for. Okay. So as long as we continue to hold on to 37.38, pullbacks are buyable on an intraday basis in ES. Let's take gold. Oof. Gold bounced back up and into target number two, and resistance is a declining resistance into the 1841.4. So we're looking to see how we can get involved in that on the short side. and look for a continuation of the selling pressure. Ultimately, the market needs to protect 1883 in order for us to continue to uh, be committed to the short side in gold. We are in channel number 2, and we're running up into some resistance area here that we need to kind of measure and look for a signal to short into. Crude oil, we have inventory report today, and that's going to be critical at 9:30. So we're going to be watching for that. The market is dripping lower into this transitional zone. This transitional zone is a buy zone. We're looking for 118.95 in order for the market to break above it, and we will see how the market will uh, get up to target number 2. Any purchases right here has a target of target number 2, and we need to see an intraday reversal on the 200 NT Rinko and the 100 NT Rinko in order for us to actually kind of get in. But as you can see, the market, every time it comes into the transitional zone, it bounces back, and so we have that zone to look for as a buying opportunity. So we have 7 minutes, 7 minutes to the cash market open. There was a couple of trades that we did yesterday, and this is, let me see here. Here we go. So that was after the room was closed. So let me just show you what I'm talking about here. That's not it. 14. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll just go through the main ones. Okay. So yesterday, I mean, we kept it small as far as volume contracts. I mean, nothing broke 10 contracts, but that was a good one right here in and around 12 o'clock Central Time. And what was happening, the market got in sync, and there was a captain set up long on the 200 NT Rinko, and that also ended up being a captain set up long on the 100 NT Rinko. And that really kind of started the fireworks to the upside. I got into 6 contracts in 3 tranches, and I fielded them out on the way up as they went up. So that was the biggest trade of the day. Then I had a couple of smaller ones, but we ended up at 54.45 for the day. In the room, we were up as much as 928. But that is that trade right here. Yeah. So, and that was it right here. Did you see that captain set up long? And here, see if I can find it right here. Yep. So the market gave us a captain setup short and a switch trade. They reversed. So the minute they reversed it, which was 54, I was like, okay, this market is going to really start shooting, because that's a double captain setup here and a captain setup long on that. Hold on. Yeah, Brad, thank you for your patience, my friend. Okay, so anyway, we got 1, 2, 3. We added in this rotation, in this transitional zone, sold one, and left one all the way up to target number 3. I mean 5, after going breaking even, and that was actually the catalyst for that big trade. GM, you're saying my stream notification is not working. Let me see here. So if you go to YouTube, that's what I'm seeing here, right? So I mean, by clicking on that, you should be able to go into the actual. Yeah, we'll look into that in a minute here. Good morning, Polly. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's get going. So we have the FOMC meeting coming up later on today, right? And that's going to be fireworks. It's going to be a whole lot, and we may end up leaving the room open a little bit longer into this. But we had what's today? Today is Wednesday. Yep. So we got core retail. Then we got the FOMC statement and federal fund rate. Then we're going to get the conference later. So it's going to be 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, and 2:30 the conference. So that's going to be a big day. The market has been waiting on this. Right, here it comes. $200 NT Rinko is long, and we're about to go into 100 NT Rinko is long. So the market is going to pick up a bid. And there is just looking at this, you could see the rounding of price action, and you could see that the market is going to be putting a bid above 500 into potentially the 600. So we're going to just stay looking for that 200 and 100 to be in sync. And I'm going to be patient that first 15, 20 minutes and wait and see if we can catch something, because you're gonna do this kind of thing. So here we go. So the 200 and the 100 out of sync. See how quickly that moved the other way? That's the kind of market we're having today. So patience, patience, patience today. Patience. Now, if they close below 440, I'm going to start looking for shorts, but I'm not going to take any swing trades. I'm going to take transitional trades. That's what we're going to be looking for. If the market goes back up to 514, we should see a continuation of the long pressure. Right now, I'm just simply going to be watching this market. That first half an hour is always kind of tricky. Uh, Umair, yeah, I mean, I'm seeing yesterday was a whole lot of captain setups going in and out on the 100 and the 200. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And that tells you the degree of consolidation that we're experiencing right now. So here we go. I mean, the shorts are still putting on a bit of control here. You have a high, you have a lower high. So that tells me that the sellers are trying to take control, but ultimately, what I'm seeing so far is the market is disconnected between the 100 and the 100. Good morning, Safe. How are you, sir? Yeah, I saw you trying to come in. It just, uh, I admitted you, and I guess you left earlier. Ooh, look at that, look at that. So here we go. They run it up, and they're. I mean, I'm telling you, don't mess around with this market right now. Leave it alone. And here we go. A captain set up short on the 100 NT Rinco. So the market is kind of more um, struggling with these levels here. I mean, I'd like to see us go to 114440.5. Good morning, Yanis. How are you, sir? So no trades for me so far. I'm just simply gonna be let all this noise sort itself out. Here we go back to the long. I'm not now. Let's put it this way: if we see a push lower to 64.50, then I'm gonna take any rally as a shorting opportunity in that time. Good morning, Adnan. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing wonderful, man. We're just giving the market a little bit of time just to sort itself out. We have FOMC meeting coming up later on today, and we need to be ready for that. Yeah, they're gonna rip it up here. So we come up to this level right now and push. Yeah, here we go. So that's telling me that there is a bid. So they put on two traps, multiple actually. Captain set up short, captain set up short, captain set up short, captain set up short, and it gave you one candle, three candles, reversed, gave you one candle. I mean, that tells me that every time they try to put on a trap for the shorts, they run it over. And that tells me this market can hold on to a bid. And that can be a big factor for how price is going to look like for the rest of the day. ES, we just built up a captain, set up long and ran up, build up a new transitional zone, and we ran up. And off we go. We hit target number 3. Yeah, you have the FOMC, Sheila. So you know, option premiums are going to be all over the place today. So the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, and we're seeing price behaving very well with the longs. Rug pull, please. Frida, why? All right, all right. Oh, trust me, you're gonna get plenty of entries on the long side. You don't worry about that. Market will market will always give you. We go. That's another transitional zone. Let's see how well that is be, how that's gonna hold up. Yeah, we should see a push higher here. You got a captain set up short. They put, and you really gotta. Yeah, here we go. So we should see higher prices to 45, and if we get there, then we should be able to break above 46. And the stop is right here, actually 30. 75. Okay, so they're failing that one. So that transitional zone has not held yet. Another attempt. Here you go. There you go. All right. So they tried it twice, and they're coming up to this transition to this captain setup. So this transitional zone had multiple entry points, and now you're going to break to 45 to 50. So the longs are in control here so far. 200 and the 100 are in sync. We're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. And actually, what we're doing is we're waiting past 9 o'clock, and we're giving the market about half an hour worth of fluctuation here. And we're going to read the market and make 5 assumptions. Those 5 assumptions are uh, geared toward measuring how well I'm connecting with this behavior that I'm seeing right now. I'm in no rush to jump in. Globex resistance. You're probably talking about Globex high or something. Let me see here. Globex. Well, I mean, where it's at is the high of the prior session, and it's just pausing right here. That's all what we're seeing. There's a captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinco. So a break below 514, again, that will be a captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT Rinco. I mean, the only thing I'll do with it is I'll do a couple of contracts or something. Because the market is not quite, I mean, you really have to break O2. You really have to break O2 in order for us to at least explore the idea of getting aggressively short. But it will be an early signal for me to go short right here at 514.50 and or higher. Yeah. So what we're seeing here is the market was in a trend and broke the trend, produced channel number one, channel number two, and struggling here, but it's not quite short yet because we don't have the 200 and the 100 lined up in our favor. So that's the part about patience here. Yeah, good job, GM. Yeah, we're still just basically feeling out this market right here. Did you see how gold behaved overnight? Nice little run up. Yeah, but we're running into this resistance area. So we're down to that 115, 114 zone. So they put a switch trade here. If they bounce it to the 28th, I think I should be just simply wait. I gotta wait and see 66. That's what I should do. No, I'm with you on that one, Sheila. Patience is a trade, right? Patience is a trade. We go, we're getting that push. So what I was talking about earlier is this, see that captain set up short on the 50 NT Renko? The market came back and retested it and pushed below that 115 and about almost 20 points. So early signs that the market is getting tired here, but we need more information from it before we get committed. The 200 and the 100 is out of sync. So three things need to happen. One, or one of three things need to happen. First thing is 539 half needs to, we need to get up to that level. That will get the market in sync on the long side. The market can drop to 488 or 478 and pull back up, and that will resume the long pressure. Or the market can go down to 466, and that will get the market in sync on the short side. And we're not taking swing trades. We, at that point, we will look for uh, rallies back up as a shorting opportunity, but we're going to be looking for a fresh transitional zone. We can measure risk a lot tighter with that type of approach. So one of those scenarios is going to happen fairly quickly here. So we're going to define the environment, define the behavior, define the signal. You could see that they're just walking the price lower, and things are getting tired up here. Well, that's good. That's good, Adnan. You want to develop a sense of what the market is doing, and it's not an idle time. It's not like you're just sitting there and not mentally trading. uh, you're taking that pause of half an hour, 45 minutes at the beginning of the day. And sometimes I just jump in if I everything is too very clear, but I'm spending the majority of the time, that first half an hour, asking myself questions like, okay, who's getting tired? Who is getting trapped? Uh, what is the 200 and the 100 doing? And what is the price doing once we are in sync? uh, what's the average rotation in the market? How far is the market going? uh, what's the speed of the market? And there's 10 other questions you're asking yourself during that time, and for the purpose of getting in tune with price action. Then once you start actually putting on trades, you tend to make better decisions. Here we go. So the market got back in sync on the long side. All right. So no shorts, and we're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. I mean, that's just what the market is telling me right now. I mean, we had, yeah, not a pullback of any significance. It's okay. Don't FOMO on this market. Don't FOMO on it. Don't feel like you're missing out. The market will give you opportunity, and if it runs, it runs. Who cares? Uh, you don't have to trade every single day either. You are in control, right? Okay. Longs taking hold. 200 and the 100 are in sync. We're pushing to target number 2. Target number 3 is 61. Target number 4 is 608. Target number 5 is 640. How we doing, Brian? How we doing, Brad, Yanis, Amir, Sheila, Safe, everybody? People on stream, how's everybody doing? Any trades? I know GM made a couple of trades. Dan is relaxing and chilling. Okay. Or villain. One of those two things. Yeah, so they put a switch trade right here. So target number 3 is gonna come up here at 61. So they started this transitional zone here at that 20 and continued into target 2 and potentially target number 3 here, and it hasn't disconnected this transitional zone. So now what am I looking for a trade? If we can get a transitional zone breaking down, then coming back up, that would be an entry point for me. We hit target number 3 in the sequence, 200 and the 100 in sync, and the market is showing strength. They're walking back some of this market sell-off. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get to 600 or 700. I wouldn't. So I'm looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity, but it needs to be okay. So it's 9 o'clock, so the market is already past that point. You see the switch trade right here, and you see the captain set up long. They ran it up, came tested it one more time, and then they build up this switch trade on the 200 NT Rinko and a new transitional zone. So all of this is a positive behavior, a bottoming behavior. And we talked about this in the nightly analysis. So take a look at YouTube, or if you're a subscriber, I send that to your email once it's done. In this section right here, every night we'll send the market analysis, and we're talking about these different levels and also what the market is doing, how it's doing it, and we're going through across the board. On YMNQES, crude oil, gold. So we hit target number 3 and we're pushing. Target number 4 is 608. So there is price stability on the long side, and you have to kind of look at this. I mean, this is going to be a very important levels that can stay with us for some time. So what am I highlighting here? All these captain set up shorts that really produced either one candle or 3 candles, and one of them reversed. But what is that telling me? That every single one of these captain setups, including this one, and yeah, let's just stick to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every single one of them, the market reversed it. And that tells me that that zone as a whole is going to be very protective to the longs. but that doesn't mean just I will buy anywhere. That means that if we get down to these levels like 482, I need the market to be in sync for me to make a decision. So they're building a captain setup short right here, and let's see how they react to it. Target number one is 538. Target number two is 528. And ultimately, the market, the shorts, if they want to take control, they have to break down all the way to 489. So see, they reversed it right here. So that tells you right there, longs are not done yet. Interesting. Another captain setup. Target number one got hit. So they're struggling in this area right here. So one, two, three lower highs, and ultimately, 527, which we're getting there in a minute here. Yeah, where the market is going to be disconnected on the 200 and the 100 NQ Rinko. So they spent some time building a base of resistance around that 60 to 75. And now the market is disconnected. So three things need to happen, or one of three things need to happen. One, the market does another switch trade and push up to that 65, 70 zone. That will get the market in sync on the long side. They can bring it down close to the 500 and retest it, and then break back up. And that will be a continuation trade on the long side, and or break to 489. If we go to 489, then the market is going to be in sync on the short side, and we will look at transitional zone as a shorting opportunity. So one of those three things will happen, and we're ready for that. Yeah, ES did not like that 3800. Yep, Brian, none whatsoever, none whatsoever. The hardest thing in trading is patience, because I could see a lot of trades that I can and would take. Like, for example, if the only thing I do is not even pay attention to the 200 and the 100 and just literally trade every time the transitional zone build, or we have a cloud shift, one or the other, I just could trade that all day long without having to pay attention to 200 and 100. But this filtering mechanism slows my trading down and it just gives me higher quality trades over time, and that's why I use them. But I could literally just look at this one chart and just trade. Good luck, Frida. Good luck. Good luck. Well, Globex level across the board is a big number. I mean, you're looking at a 357 in or close to 357 in NQ. So I'm not necessarily saying that's what's going to happen. What I'm saying is the market right now is disconnected. It is out of harmony. So a couple of things need to happen. 552 needs to show up for the trend to continue on the upside. They can retest 500 and flip it back up, and that also will be a continuation of the long behavior. But if you break below 489.75, then I'm going to start looking for shorting opportunity. That's what I'm going to be looking for. So one of these scenarios are going to present themselves. So if we end up getting to that 88, 89 level, then the next start, the next downward target will be 75. And then 45. So that would be the sequence that I would be looking for in targeting. Oh, wow. If they close this candle lower at 19, there'll be a switch trade, and that will be a catalyst for the market going to 15 and 10. I'm going to look for a scalp, probably a bit early, but if we get to that 17 and a quarter one more time, I'll take it. And I'll look for 5 points plus break even. And can I go from there? The market is not quite ready for a big short, like we're not getting to the 89, but this behavior I recognize. But we need this candle to close lower. So it didn't. I'll just wait then. May come back in here and just flush. I mean, two switch trades in a row. Yeah, I'll take them on the short side if they present themselves, but they didn't. So we'll wait. Yeah. So now it's off. 552. 552 is a critical level for the longs, and also 889 needs to be protected. So back to Globex level. That, I mean, we could get a retracement short of going to Globex levels. We're not. I'm not short, Sheila. I am not short. I am not long. I'm looking for more information out of the market. The market is out of sync right now. So we either, if we hit 489 on um, NQ, then that will start a sequence that I could take into a short position. That would be just defining the environment for me. Then I have to look at the behavior, which is transitional zone. Then I'm going to look for an entry. So if all three things happen, then I'm going to go short. But in order for that to happen, we have to break 89 first. That, then it's just going to depend on how the market is behaving if we get all the way down to Globex or not. Here comes another switch trade. So back down to that 15 and that 10 that we talked about. So they spend a little bit of time consolidating here, and boom, sold off. They're walking it down. I mean, that's and in a very slow, methodical way. All started with this declining uh, resistance, lower highs, three lower highs. Target number 2 is hit on the sequence. Target number 3 is 94, which will take us to 80. I mean, that 90 level. 89 is the level we're looking for. Boom. So you see the earliest signs that the market was not okay. Like, things are disconnecting. Where was that first sign? When the market shifted from an aura positive to negative. Where's the second one? You got a captain set up short, and then another one right on top of it. We highlighted that one. It's like, all right, the market is getting tired here. Here we go. Let's look. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is, now that 200 anti-wrinkle and the 100 are in sync, we're in the middle of the range, and we want to take on a new transitional zone in order for us to go short. What does that mean? That means I want to see a rally back up. I want to see us losing the transitional zone and then establishing a new one. And in that, I will start going short. So about what prices would that lead to? Right here. I mean, if I want to get aggressive and take a swing trade, I will start getting short at 11 and and 31. But that's on a swing trade basis, and I'm not going to take that type of trade in this environment. Okay. So the target is 75, and I hope they don't get us there before they fill us on any orders. There you go, one of these. Crude oil. Crude oil is selling off a little bit, and the inventory report came out. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, they're expecting negative 2.3 million barrels, and they got 2 million barrels. And actually, that means they got more inventory than they expected by 4 million. So the market is actually reacting negatively to that and pushing lower. Okay, so let's just take a look right here and see if we can find an entry point. So we're looking for this transitional zone to reestablish itself. Hmm. This candle closes lower at 89. I'm just gonna get in. Order pending. 89.75. Okay, so they're not. $89, $88. Okay, so let's do this. 91.
Order filled.
Too many.
Stop
Ah,
filled.
come on.
Order canceled.
Okay, so we took 5 points plus break even. I want to get back in.
Order pending.
I want to get back in. ATM that I have is a bit of a quick one.
Order filled.
That's fine. All right. So I'm going to add to it right
Order
here.
pending.
And we're looking for 75.
Order filled. Order canceled.
All right, and we're leaving one off for that target to 75.
Order canceled.
I got to go break even, and I want to see if I can get a push to 70. You could see how the quality of price action is just a pause, turn, and reverse, pause, turn, reverse. So they're not making, I mean, right here they made a big move, but we should be able to make some money off of this deal here. $75. So we made a little bit. Yeah,
Stop
see, that's what I'm talking about. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. So it's almost like I gotta be all in, all out, and just make 5 points. So we made 2 decisions. Nothing really big here, but so we made 13 because that one reversed quick, and this one is 152. So 165, and let's just keep working. Yeah, we almost have to go 5 contracts and go 5 points and just build up the day. Yeah, there. If they put a captain setup short here, I will take it. Nope. All right. So they disconnected the transitional zone, and we are looking for a resumption of it and back to 75. They should be able to get there. and the price action needs to protect 527. There you go. I thought I was talking in the mic. Damn. All right, so we took this. We're trying to get back in here short, but here comes that 75 that we talked about. So we should be 65 is next. So we took those two trades, made a little bit of money, and we're trying not to do a swing trade, and that's what I'm trying not to do because of the environment we are in. So I'm taking these scalping trades just to kind of build up my day and then kind of go from there. We made two decisions, small amount of contracts and small amount of money, but profit is profit, I guess. Let's go. All right, so they got to 75, all right, and they're putting a switch trade right here. We are going to be patient and wait. If they put a captain setup at 487, I'll get involved, but the odds are they're going to push this price above 500. Here you go. And the market will disconnect at 16. So if they do that, then that will put me in a pause. So there's not a lot of momentum going on right here in this area. I mean, we managed a couple of positive trades, small ones, but yeah, here we go. Gold backed off those levels we talked about into a selling pattern or a push down pattern. 1826.2 is target number two. And if we break below 1810, that should lead to a major sell off in gold. Let's take a look at other instruments here while we're at it and we're waiting. Take care, Brad. Take it easy, buddy. Very nice, Brian. Wow. Good job, Brian. Good job. Yeah, I saw that you sent me an email, but I wasn't. There you go. Let me see here. Oh, there you go. That's what we're looking for, guys. That's what we're looking for. 65 is that next target. Then from there to the 49. So we were in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. We took a couple of trades here. Went short. The market gave us another transitional zone here and flipped another transitional zone here, and now it's progressing. So obviously the short trade is what's gathering momentum. We took that first sequence and left the two alone, and the market moved. So let's just keep looking. I mean, we'll end up finding another one here soon enough. It just, you could tell that the price action is slow, and it's slow because we're waiting for the FOMC meeting. And there is a little trick with the FOMC meeting. Um, 1 second before the announcement, mark that price. Mark that price. It will be a significant price for the rest of the week and into many weeks to come from where we at right now. Trading above it is bullish, trading under it will be bearish. But 1 second before the announcement, that price, put a line right through that price. Called the FOMC trade. Right. So what we're seeing here is a stair step price action. Stair step price action. We started selling pressure with this captain set up short. Market was getting tired around that 555. We saw the three uh, failed rallies right here with lower highs. Market shifted, the cloud shifted, give us one transitional zone, second one, third one, fourth one we took, fifth one, sixth one. So six transitional zones in that rotation. And now we're disconnecting from that transitional zone. So we may actually end up seeing the market bounce back to that 500, 502, which will get us to disconnect the 200 from the 100, and then we're going to be waiting for our three scenarios to present themselves. There you go. So now the market is disconnected, and the three scenarios as follows. Either you come back to 464, and that will lead us to start going short again, or you run up to 520 and reverse, 520 to 530 and reverse. That will get us short again, or you break back up to 541, then the market is in sync on the long side, and we will look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. One of those three things gonna happen, and we are ready. So we got that 20 run up, and they look like they're trying to fade it here. If we close at 77, I will start looking back for shorts. The market right now is out of sync in a waiting, and they're waiting FOMC. Now, GM, you said looking your screen. My screen looks blurry. Let me take a look. Anybody else experiencing that? All go here. Okay, I'm getting a couple of no's. Everything looks good from their end. I'm looking at YouTube. Putting a captain setup short right here. That could be good for a push into target number 1 and potentially target number 2. Ultimately, I need to see, in order for me to act, I need to see 77. Turn off auto quality. Okay. Oh, okay. You're saying that to GM. You're telling her to turn off auto quality. Okay, I got it. Screen is fine, Kirk. Thank you.
Order filled.
I'm going to take a scalp here if I can. I'm going to keep it small as well.
Target.
All right, that's that. It's just based on this captain setup that keeps popping up. Uh, it's really a lot of consolidation more than anything else. But you see this, that tells me that the market is just really in a very tight consolidation. And this will break. And from the look of it, it's going to break to the downside with a protection and a stop of 502. And then I jumped in here and I took the scalp version of that trade and I moved on. I mean, if this candle closes lower one more time, I could take it. But really, a legitimate trade would be first we got to get to 477. So let's wait for that and not take any subpar trades because in many ways this is a subpar trade. I mean, it worked, but yeah, this is definitely a scalping environment. So we made 288 off of this trade. We're up 453. And we're just gonna keep watching. It's 10:18. We got plenty of time till we get to the FOMC. Those are the three decisions we made so far. Yeah, look at that. Now they're jumping back up. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's what I'm saying. Is just the market is out of sync and you're getting a lot of noise. So I mean, they hit captain setup, a test, and a second test, and then ran up and came back down. So to me, this is a quick scalp for potentially target one or target number two, but I just took the 5 points and moved on. This is not an environment where I should hold on to things for too long. The market is slow and the market is consolidating and the market is waiting. So that is a distinct personality, and the personality is is good for scalps. Hey, Hadid, how are you? Good morning. How are you, sir? Uh, Yanis, yeah, absolutely, buddy. Right after the market, the room closes 11 o'clock. We will meet. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Doing good. We're trying to make some money here today. We're not trying. We are making money today. These are the three trades and the three decisions we have made so far. And these are the decisions we've made this week. So for the week, we're up about 7 grand. All right, there you go. Okay, okay, okay. Now they push it. See that type of behavior? They get very, very close. They get very close at 477 and then reverse it. So that tells me the market is still out of sync, and that's just a bit of a bullish behavior. So really, I am not going to be interested in doing any more trading unless we break 477 or we go all the way up to 541. I will look for longs on pullbacks past 541. I will look for shorts on rallies when we break 477. Yeah, Hadid, just text me, or you tell me that you're ready or available or something, and we'll catch up. Okay, looking forward to it. It's been a while. All right. A meandering price action. That's what you're seeing here. Slow, low, not really much of a big move. You'll find burst of energy that will come in, um, and the price will just jump up or jump down very quickly. Then it fades back into a slow price action. This is a personality that is waiting. Market is waiting. So the best thing I can do in this environment is to kind of, basically just stand still, leave it alone, under trade it. If I have to trade it, I would have to scalp it like I'm doing right now. Okay. And the best thing for me to do is just, I mean, if something big develop, like a big captain setup on the 200 or even on the 100, then it's worth my time to explore it and look for an actual entry point. But beyond that, the best thing for me to do is to undertrade this environment that I clearly identified and wait for the FOMC meeting to happen, not be in a position when the announcement or the Fed rate actually is announced, because your risk will just go, uh, it will become more pronounced at that point. And once that announcement, typically you'll get the first 2 to 3 moves that the market does is always wrong. You'll see him go, as an example, a big long, big short, then the market on the third move, uh, you know, take a long and then pull back. So in that fourth one, then it's worth taking on an actual trade. So definitely a different type of trading on an FOMC announcement than any any other day. Also, make sure that you notate 1 second before the announcement the price on the indices. No matter which indice that you are trading, and just mark that price, because that's going to be a significant price into the next week or so, or further actually. Trading above that price is bullish, trading under that price is bearish. And so far, we have made 3 decisions. And we are up 453. Here we go. $453 and waiting on the next thing to happen. It's like right here. I mean, that's another one where you could just go in at 92 and get filled at 86. But I rather see 77 show up. Yeah, well, they're putting a captain now, so that would have failed. 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern. I'm in Central Time, Adnan. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Not actually Dallas, it's Frisco, Texas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as we get closer to that announcement, people we're gonna start. You're gonna see see things get a little bit more lively because people, traders are going to try to position themselves for the right on the right side. Since we have time and we are waiting on the market to actually do something, I will just show you something that I'm adding to the YouTube channel. All right. So here we go. So you're seeing in the YouTube channel that we have, all our sessions that we are taking and live streaming is going to be here. So you're going to be able to see what we've done in the past sessions, and then I'll keep them uh, in a section where you could go as far as you want to and look at all the different sessions and the result of them. Now, I started to do that yesterday, which is I will come in and mark where the trades are at. So if you don't want to sit, and I don't blame you, if you don't want to sit through a 3 hour session or keep kind of moving around to try to find where the trades are happening, I made it very easy for you to kind of just go in there and say, click on this. And then I left about a minute or so before the trade. So if I'm talking about the actual setup, you will get that information as we go into the trade. Then here you see how much money was made or how much money we gave back on that one. So that's 14, and we could see what happened here. Okay. And then, or you could come in here and just click on that part and get there very quickly. So either here or there. So I think that's going to be, something that beneficial for people that are following us, and for whatever reason they did not show up for one of our streams, to go in there and just see where the trades happen, what the result, and click on the ones, hear the commentary, see the trade, understand it. And if you have questions, make sure that you go into that section and ask as many questions as you want. And you also could reach us out via email, and keep learning. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it as beneficial and helpful as possible for you guys. So this way, I recognize. I mean, we don't have all day long to sit through a 3 day sessions, 3 hour session. So it's just go in there, click on that trade, figure out what happened, and learn from it. Now, also there's a section uh, that is gonna be helpful for. Okay, hold on. Got a bunch of things going on here. All right, so this section here, learn to trade in harmony. Uh, I'm gonna continue to add content in it, and here you could go in and say, okay, captain setups, how to, you know, learn the captain setup, how to draw uh, a channel, how to define the market environment. I'm gonna just keep adding to that section, And this way, when you hear us talk about, you hear me talking about a specific concept or a switch trade or a captain setup or channels or targeting system, then you have a reference point in which you could go to and get that module and learn from it, so you could follow us a lot clearer, and understand what I'm trying to do on a daily basis in the room and on stream. So just keep your eye on that. So if you are not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, subscribe and click on that bell for all notifications, because we're going to be putting on a lot of content now. Also, right here, let's talk money. We're looking at the big picture, on the daily charts. Every night we're going in here and analyzing all the indices and talking about what's going on, the big levels, and what they mean to us. So when you come into the morning session, we're going to review them one more time, but ultimately that will give you a head start to what we're looking for the trading day. So that's going to be a section you want to take a look at. And I'm going to keep adding to this. Well, that's what that section is, Adnan. That tutorial section that I just mentioned is exactly what you are talking about. This section here, let's learn to trade in harmony, is your tutorial section, and I'm going to be adding to it. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the sentiment. I mean, the streaming part on YouTube, um, I have not been active doing it. And I just recently, in the past month or so, started to get really aggressive at doing streams on a daily basis. So, I'm fixing the channel, get it up to looking good, and I trust that it will reach more people, and it will help a lot more people. So help the channel by hitting that like button, and share, comment, and subscribe. So we hit the 30 level where we need to, and they put a captain setup right here, came back, tested it, new transitional zone running up to target number 2. And if we break that 41, then the market will be in sync on the long side. And at that point, the longs will have more strength to them, and I'll start getting a bit more aggressive in my longs. I mean, the environment ultimately is not an environment where I should get aggressive with it, but I will look for longs. Yeah, that's a good one, Freeman. I just gotta keep doing it on a daily basis. Just keep doing it. Plus, I'll be honest with you, I enjoy the streaming process and being in front of people. It's a little bit more stressful when you trade and you have everybody watching you. It's I ain't gonna lie, it's not for the faint of heart, but just there's ways to kind of mentally refocus. There you go. Target number two is hit again, and we are heading toward 40. Yeah, yes, and you could join our room, our yeah, so we have streams and we have our subscriber room. So you could come in there and subscribe by clicking on that button and get a trial in the room. And there's a lot of different content that we do in the room, including training and other things that would be of value. So give it a shot. And we're looking for that 40 to show up. 10:47. All right. All right, guys. So this market is heading toward 40, and that will get the market in sync on the long side. And ES made two captain setups, one here and one here. We're finishing the day at, so we should be getting that push, and after that push, pullbacks are buyable, and we are three decisions at 4:53, and that's how we're going to end the morning session. And then we will look for the FOMC meeting, and after that we will if I trade any more, I'll let you know or show you tomorrow. And that's it for me. You guys have a blessed day and be careful. We'll see you on the next one.